2K11. Getting close to the midway point of the third quarter. Jerome Messam normally requires a couple of guys to bring him down. Jarrell Freeman was in there. Keith Sholigan, loss of 2.
You heard the boys in the studio talk at halftime about the importance of the run game to the Edmonton Eskimos' success. When Jerome Messam rolls, they win. If he gets shut down, they don't. The Saskatchewan Roughriders really need to key on him and continue to defend him like they did on the last play.
Riders defense done a remarkable job today. I know it's a 15-0 game, but Eskimos have only scored 3 points off of 4 turnovers. Ray bombs away. Darius Bowman with the catch. 32-yard gain into Saskatchewan territory.
Darius Bowman lines up in combination with Andrew Nowacki. He's going to run a corner-type route here, but watch how he just explodes out of this coverage when he sees the ball in the air and separates a little bit from James Patrick to go up and get that ball, use his 6'4" frame and get it at its highest point. Great fundamental football from Darius Bowman.
Star at Oklahoma State. With the Bombers and the Riders. Now makes a home in Edmonton. Fred Stamps make that Jason Armstead getting drilled by Chris McKenzie. He went high for the ball, and Armstead getting a chance to get some reps at receiver as well. And looks like he got a little banged up here.
Ricky Ray takes a shot in the pocket as he throws this one as well. Little push from Shamari Williams. Jason Armstead was just exposed as the ball went over his head. He was outstretched as McKenzie buried his shoulder in his belly.
Armstead and Nowacki again, the wideouts. Ray goes over the top for Jason Barnes. Hangs on to the football, or did he? One official says yes, another says no. It's an incomplete pass.
I think Jason Barnes did about all he could to come up with this one. But with Mike McCullough closing from behind. And this is classic Craig Butler. Patrolling the middle, looking for shots like this. An old school throwback free safety.
Human cannonball. Craig Butler leveled a few players this season. Quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, you name it. Kavis Reed and the Eskimos are challenging that last call, saying that Jason Barnes caught the football. Now Bradbury with his crew talking it over. So they're all looking at it here, talking about that. The challenge flag on the field. Go to command center. And Al Bradbury is going to come over here and chat with the Eskimo head coach. Now it eventually came out, but I guess the question is, did he have it long enough and was he down?
Edmonton is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
Got it.
The play will be reviewed.
Got it. And then out here.
This one, I think the ruling on the field is going to stand as an incomplete pass. Go back to the discussion that became big a couple years ago about surviving that contact, surviving landing on the ground. Jason Barnes didn't have that one all the way to that landing.
Mike McCullough and Craig Butler trying to make a Jason Barnes sandwich here. And
there the ball's out.
Yeah, I think they'll look at that one for sure, almost definitively. And call on the field will stand. Command center looks at it. We'll usually know too about the speed on which the officials have the headset. This one's pretty quick. And that tells you right there that they saw what you saw, Dwayne.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is third down.
Third down again. The Rough Rider defense coming up big here. They can just get their offense going, find a way back in this football game, a game they must win.
Just to reiterate the importance in the standings, Roughriders lose this one. They cannot make the playoffs in the West Division. Their only existing playoff hope would be a crossover to the East, and that would require the Hamilton Tiger Cats to lose every one of their remaining games.
Double D back at it. Backs of the ball game today. Here's our Purolator sack attack, brought to you by Purolator, tackling hunger across Canada. Check.
We've seen the Edmonton Eskimos in this ball game put a whole lot of pressure on Ryan Dinwiddie in the first half. A couple of sacks back to back. And now it's up to Darian Durant to lead the Saskatchewan Roughriders offense.
All right, one series in his pocket, a quick 2 and out. Back at it. There he fires to Andy Fantuz. Should be a first down. Darian Durant, everyone knows the capabilities of Darian Durant offensively, with the arm, with the legs.
Well, there's just a little more confidence, I think, from Darian Durant than you're going to see from Ryan Dinwiddie. You talk about a guy who's been the starter over the course of the last couple of years. But Durant's presence in that huddle can also have an impact on the confidence of the rest of the offensive unit.
Little counter there, lots of motion. 4-yard pickup. Ryan Dinwiddie was deigned to be the starter today, unsuccessful. 3 interceptions in that first half, 8 of 15, 82 yards. And again, Ken Miller had said that Darian Durant would play only if necessary. It's necessary.
Well, it really is. They were down by 15 points. Ryan Dinwiddie under pressure once again, sacked twice in that first half through 3 interceptions. Never really got untracked leading that Rough Rider offense. Their streak without scoring an offensive touchdown continued to grow, and it's do or die time. He was Saskatchewan Roughriders.
He was under a green and gold siege, though, for most of that first half. And as the guys in the studio alluded to, you know, a couple of those balls also that he threw were either overthrown or underthrown. So Dinwiddie is now on the sidelines. Durant trying to lead his team back to victory. A victory they must get today. Injury on the field. Will come back to Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. 1:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on TSN and TSN2. You can also watch live on TSN Mobile TV. 2nd down, 5 yards to go here. For the green and white, looked like a player had jumped there. And did the Eskimos jump, or were they drawn by movement on that O-line?
The first movement I saw on the play came from the defensive side of the ball, but we'll see if there was a flinch.
Offside, Edmonton, number 33, remains 2nd down.
Man called backup linebacker, defensive back, Wapamo Saisai.
Saisai out of Stanford. So it'll be 2nd and less than a yard here. Durant behind center, hands it up the pipe. Neil Hughes barreling now. Big gain on the ground for the Rough Riders. You can hear that crowd also erupting. A lot of Saskatchewan Rough Rider fans here who have made the trek to northern Alberta.
I'll show a little bit of my fullback bias here. Nicely blocked play, first of all, by the offensive line. Good run from Neil Hughes, a guy who just has a knack for making the big play when called upon for this team.
There they are, Rider Nation. Durant with time, no time now. Whips it out of bounds wisely. Lockett was converging, and Darian Durant had to unload that football.
Well, that decision gives you a sense of exactly how Darian Durant's foot is feeling. Because we know that any other game, Darian Durant would take off with that football. Here he knows he doesn't have the push off that foot to try and make a run for it, so he opts for the throwaway. You see him limping even a little bit more after that one.
Second down conversion time. Under 4 to go, third quarter. Big drop, Durant, and almost had it picked off. Chris Getzlaff could not come up with a football, and a high toss from Durant. And it's Chris Milo time again, and the offense once again cannot pave its way to the end zone.
With green and gold jerseys bearing down on him, Durant steps up, the ball just a little behind Getzlaff, wasn't able to get the body twisted to secure it. See the frustration from him, knowing he wanted to make a play to help out his quarterback.
Chris Milo now looking to angle one, goes to his right. Jason Armstead has to come a long way. It's a good kick, but it goes into the end zone. Now the Riders get on the board. That's not what they wanted. 15-1 the score, and this is our league, brought to you by Nissan, and this is our crew. Hardest working crew. And on Thanksgiving, of course, they have to work, and they don't eat turkey, they eat ribs. Here's all the guys and gals behind the scenes who help make this production sing.
All right. Try to get a little more. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Is it just me, or does it look like a lot of them are just sitting around in there?
Oh, they work hard.
They do. They do, absolutely. The hardest working people in television right there.
Yeah. Indeed. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at TSN to everyone out there. Can't think of anything better if you do have to work. You call this work, going to a football game and enjoying it. Quite a tradition it has become, the CFL.
5-yard penalty remains first down.
Penalty against the Eskimos here. And you talked about the ramifications of a loss for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. A win by the Eskimos today makes it a 3-way deadlock for first place in the CFL West.
And sets us up for a great final 4 weeks of regular season action.
3 teams at 8-6 would be Edmonton, BC, and Calgary. Ricky Ray, loads of time. Still throws to the sideline, and again, tightrope on the sideline. The catch made by Andrew Nowacki. That seems to be Andrew Nowacki's zone, right there. That little out pattern right along the sideline.
Well, the Eskimos' most senior member of their receiving corps, the guy who's been working with Ricky Ray the longest in that wide side wideout spot, understands how to get to where his QB needs him to be on the scramble here. Pinpoint throw from Ricky Ray right on the sideline.
Stony Creek, Ontario native, Hamilton area. Former 4th round pick, 26th overall by the Eskimos in 04. Whistles again. A few of these today. The player's a little jumpy.
Procedure, Edmonton, number 58, and offside for Edmonton. 5-yard penalty remains second down.
Well, 2 players there. A little jumpy, and so 5-yard penalty again. Gives the ball back, and it's another second down and 10 yards to go now. Ray, Armstead, tripped up, brought down James Patrick. And again, this Rough Rider defense holding the Eskimos at bay.
Well, as much as we've talked about the Rough Riders' offensive ineptitude in this football game, the fact is the Edmonton Eskimos have let them hang around. They haven't moved the ball with any great consistency either, and it remains, despite what has at times seemed a little one-sided, it remains a 14-point football game.
Charles up near the 29-yard line. Well, a lot of connections, obviously, between these two teams through trades and additions. And with more on that and former Eskimo head coach Richie Hall, here's Lee Jones.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Richie Hall, of course, is now the defensive coordinator of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And just like the players, he has his own pregame ritual. He actually likes to get away from as many people as possible. Goes into the stand, just finds a random seat, and that's where he kind of goes through his routine mentally, going over situations on what he would do when he's coaching as well. He likes to listen to gospel music, and one in particular titled Gotta Believe, which he feels is pretty important considering the situation the Saskatchewan Roughriders face heading into this game. Guys?
Well, they better believe right now. It'll be over for them. Durant unable to haul it in. Out of the backfield came Neil Hughes. Over the shoulder, couldn't make the catch.
Missed opportunity there. That was a good throw from Darian Durant. Just went off the fullback's fingertips. Neil Hughes lines up as a tight end and heads to the corner. Leaves Rod Williams in a chase position. I have to admit, sometimes the fullbacks don't adjust to the football quite as well as the receivers do.
It's part of the fullback fraternity right there. President Durant, strong arm, sideline, and again, unable to connect. Dallas Baker, the intended target. Kick time again in this 2-touchdown lead game for the Eskimos. Darian Durant hasn't exactly been effective coming off the sideline. It's 2 first downs in this half.
Well, you get the sense that it's going to take a turnover created by the special teams or defense of the Saskatchewan Roughriders to help them out.
Spiraling kick. Armstead trying to find the edge. Oh, what a block there. Oh, what a block. Delivered by Delroy Clark, one of the best of the season.
Delroy Clark had his sights set on the long snapper, Corey Hucklack here. There's the blocker, there's the blockee, and here comes the block.
Boom.
Hucklack just got his head around it the last second. And this is one of those plays from up above. You could see it coming a mile away.
Delroy Clark. Scarborough, Ontario. West Hills Secondary School. Former Argo. Corey Hucklack, you saw him, does a lot of long snapping and special team play.
Tux in the building. That's my roommate. hey, Chuck.
Here it is again.
Perfect block there, shoulder to the chest. Get to the sidelines, Jason Armstead gives him a thanks for the big block.